Hey guys, welcome back to Review a Day. So I'm going to do a little bit of a cheat today and give you a review of the new hit movie Hancock, starring Will Smith, because I got to see an advanced screening of that. Let's get this out of the way. Don't see Hancock. Makes me a little uncomfortable to say, makes me a little sad to say, because I think Will Smith is incredible, and there is a lot to say that is enjoyable about the movie. There's some very funny points, and there's some interesting ideas. The problem is it's almost a failure on all levels. I'll compare it to another big summer failure, Speed Racer. Don't know how many of you saw that, but the thing about Speed Racer is they were really trying to do something there with Speed Racer. They were shooting for these gigantic ideas and gigantic pictures, and 50% of the time it failed spectacularly. But when it worked, it also worked spectacularly. With Hancock, it tries for a lot of things, but it keeps pulling back from these ideas. So, what am I talking about? I'm not going to spoil the movie just in case you don't want to listen to me and do want to go out and see it. But essentially, it's about an alcoholic superhero in LA who nobody likes, who ends up hooking up with a PR manager who wants to turn his image around. The movie just follows incident after incident with no particular arc in it. There's no real arc for the characters. Certainly, they do go through some changes, but the changes they do go through are rather clunkily done. The humor in the movie, I did mention there are some very funny points, and these basically come from Will Smith's acting, but the humor on a whole, there's this consistent catchphrase where Hancock doesn't like being called an asshole. So many people in the movie just happen to use the word asshole, which I think is a little weird. I don't know if I could properly explain this without you guys seeing it, but there's something very strange about this particular catchphrase that he has, and the fact that so many people are very specifically calling him an asshole and nothing else. It's just weird. It's supposed to be parallel structure, but it's just strangely done and it's very forced. The other thing that is very forced, did you guys know that Charlize Theron is in the movie? I'm not going to ruin what happens to her, but her performance in the first half is essentially ruined because all she gets to do is look weepy-eyed and like she has a secret to tell. And then eventually, when she does, her performance frees up a lot, but it's a little too late. Um, the other thing that I would say about it that is particularly takes away from the movie is the score. The score tries a lot of things, from outdated rap songs. There's "Move Bitch" is in there at some point. Don't know how familiar you guys are with the continuity of Ludacris' song "Move Bitch," but he released it as "Move Bitch, get out the way, bitch, get out of the way." The radio version is "Move, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way." In the movie, they hit this weird half point because it's a PG-13 movie where it's like, "Move, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way." It's really weird and it's very distracting. There's a lot of diegetic songs like that throughout the movie that are also distracting. Plus, the score just doesn't know what it wants to do. Peter Berg is filming something in a pseudo documentary, very intimate style, but the score itself is trying to counterplay this with this big, bombastic superhero score, but at times there's a dramatic score, at times there's references to the Superman theme, among other things. The score belongs in three different movies, all of which are not this particular movie. So it is kind of sad. I will say the marketing department has done a fantastic job with this movie. The trailer that you see, and this will make a little more sense once you see the movie, but the trailer tells an entirely different story than the movie actually has. So kudos to them for making an entirely different story out of the materials they had in the movie. The other thing that I will say that worked very well is the editing, in particular the last sequence. The editor does a fabulous job cutting it together to build tension. It's very nice. There's a lot of stuff I can't really talk about with the movie because I don't want to spoil it for those of you who are going to see it. And as I said, there are some nice moments throughout, but as a whole, I think the movie sadly is a failure, which again pains me a lot. Well, the cops are here to get me, so I will see you guys tomorrow with a graphic novel. Bye.